In 2004, I sold my last business, which was an International Business Association. We were a membership organization and a networking organization, and this was before LinkedIn and Facebook and everything else. We had 20,000 members representing 103 different countries. So I learned a lot of things with all of the different businesses I had. One of them is I am a time management geek. My family, my colleagues, my friends, the people that I've worked for or who have worked for me have all accused me of that. The other thing is that I have a lot of really good knowledge as far as how do you work with people as far as communication skills go, business writing skills, how to do an email that will be effective for you. So I've got lots and lots of different skills, and one of the main things that I work on is something called Work is the Cure, which is how to get our employees, for example, to be happy at work, to feel like they haven't wasted a day, to feel that is this it? This is the only thing. So there are many, many different topics, and if you look on my website, you can see all of them. Today, I picked one that seems to be very, very timely right now because there are 4 different generations in the workforce. The reason that we sometimes have problems amongst employees, amongst supervisors, managers, and the employees is because of these different generations. And I'll just give you a perfect example. I was doing a seminar on, it was how to excel as a manager and supervisor, and I had a couple of people in the room. One of them was a supervisor. Actually, 2 of them were from the same company, and they were complaining about, one of them was a baby boomer, complaining about her manager. She said, I had to go to this seminar today, so yesterday I needed an answer from my manager, and I called my manager 4 times asking for this one-word answer, and my manager never called me back. I don't know why they made this manager my manager. I've been here much longer, and she's only 25 years old, and she can't even get back to me with an answer. So the fellow who was sitting next to her was from the same company, and he says, well, what did you need to know? So she said, well, I needed to know this. I need a yes or no. He says, okay. He pulls out his phone. He texts the manager the question, and we go on with the seminar. It couldn't be 5 minutes later. Bing, there's the answer, yes or no. See, there was a miscommunication on how we communicate. And these are some of the things that happen when you have different generations in the workforce. And let me see if I can explain this to you a little bit better by doing a short exercise. If everybody could just grab a partner. Everybody have a partner? Okay, and there are some plain white sheets of paper on the table. If everybody could grab a piece of paper, draw a star, S-T-A-R, the size of your palm on the piece of paper. Partner A is going to trace the star. Partner B is going to hold the mirror. Partner B is going to look at the paper and give instructions to partner A if they're having trouble tracing the star. Okay, did anybody notice I was listening? Some people were saying, go right, and then their partners were actually going left. And why was that happening? You were seeing it in the mirror, exactly. I heard some people saying, go up, and I saw people going down. What I'd like to illustrate here by thinking about what you just did is when you're dealing with different generations, they see things differently than you, sometimes just the opposite. Just like when you are looking in a mirror and somebody says to you, go left, you go right. What happens is you're seeing things totally different, and different generations see things differently. All right, so what we'll do is we'll do this group here. You're going to work on the traditionalists or the radio ages, and what I'd like you to do is make a list here of what you like about this generation and what you dislike about this generation. This group, you get Generation Y, a list of what you like about Gen Y, what you dislike about Gen Y. I know we have a lot of Gen Ys here. And then just put the cling sheet right up on the wall. So what did we like about the traditionalists? Well, before we go into this, let's just talk about how the Depression actually affected this group. And then you'll see that the likes and dislikes really come in line with that. They have a good work ethic, absolutely, and they appreciate things. They are loyal to the job. That has to do with that security again. Great family values and empathy. Those are all things that people like about this particular age group. The other things that people like about this age group is their knowledge. They have a lot of knowledge because they have a lot of life experience. Now, what do we dislike about this group? Well, there's only one way to do it. They don't like change. We've done it this way for all these years. We're not going to continue. Again, not good with tech and change. Technology is a big thing for them. They don't want to embrace it. Hard to share info or teach you. They hold on to the info. Yeah, a lot of times they do that mostly because they figure, and they were taught, as I get older, I'll be the boss. And in order to be the boss, you've got to have more info than everybody else. Not motivated to learn new things, especially from somebody younger. Again, you get older, you're the one that's supposed to be in charge. You're the one that's supposed to know everything. So those are the likes and dislikes. And we have to look at all of those and look at the fact that the depression influenced them and gave them that sense of not wanting change, not wanting anything new, knowing that they got older, they should be the one in charge, and we have to treat them in a certain way and communicate with them in a certain way in order to get along with them in the workforce. So let's look at what we have to do for this traditionalist or depression baby radio agent. What we have to do in order to get along with them is we have to value their experience and show them that we value their experience. Okay, now we're going to get to Gen Y. Gen Y. Well, again, technology is what influenced Gen Y. Gen Y has, this is the group that we hear more and more and more about. Have as few rules as possible. They were brought up in a much more casual style, and a lot of the rules that we had in the workforce, we don't need anymore. So try to cut down on the rules that you don't need. Next thing is expect a casual style. I had a situation just the other day where I was, I do these seminars sometimes, and sometimes I have a lot of people and I need help checking everybody in. So I'll call Kelly's Services and I'll say, hey, can you send somebody over? And one of the first questions they ask me is, well, what's the dress code? And I say business casual. So here I am, I'm expecting 150 people in my seminar, and this really nice young man comes out, very nice looking, very clean and neat. He's wearing a t-shirt, no collar, nothing offensive or anything, but it's a t-shirt. And he's wearing blue jeans. Again, they're pressed, they're clean, they're nice. So I said to him, Jason, did they tell you how you were supposed to dress? And he says, yes, business casual. Whose fault, his or mine? My fault, because this particular generation is a lot more casual than us. Think about Google and Yahoo and a lot of these companies, advertising companies, they're totally different in dress codes, and their business casual is different than what a lot of, like me as a baby boomer, learned. So now you know what I do? I fax over a copy of what I want the person to look like as far as what they're dressing. And now I don't have a problem. See, it has to do with communication. Treat them as adults and treat them as equals. If you do that, you're going to do great with this group. Now, there's a lot more involved with learning how to work with these generations, but this gives you a start. It gives you a start. Now, if you liked this, then you can delve more fully into it, and you can actually ask me to come and speak about this, and we can go into great depth about this. I am a speaker for keynotes, for banquets, and also a trainer. I can do a half day of training, a full day of training, or 2 days of training. And I also do coaching.